Hey everyone, what if I told you that Google's next flagship phones might be the most polarizing devices of the year? Let me break it down for you. Picture this, Google is about to drop the Pixel 11 lineup, and while the specs are tantalizing, there's a whole lot of controversy brewing beneath the surface. Why? Because this isn't just about hardware, it's about strategy, pricing, and whether Google is finally catching up to the competition or falling further behind. Let's dive in. Here's the thing, Google's Made by Google event on August 12 isn't just another product launch. It's a statement. Last year, they had Jimmy Fallon hosting, and now they've got Trevor Noah with Stephen Curry and Alex Cooper. That's not just a celebrity cameo, it's a calculated move to inject some buzz into a brand that's been quietly struggling in the smartphone wars. But here's the kicker, the Pixel 11 isn't just another incremental update. It's a gamble. And I'm not sure if Google is betting on the right cards. Let's talk about the price hikes. Oh boy, where do I start? The base Pixel 11 is $899, the Pro is $1,099, and the foldable? A staggering $1,899. That's a $100 jump across the board compared to the Pixel 10. But here's what's really interesting, Google isn't just raising prices, they're segmenting the market even more aggressively. The base model loses the telephoto lens, which feels like a step back for a flagship. Why would they do that? Maybe to cut costs, but it also feels like they are trying to push users toward the Pro models. That's smart in theory, but it raises a deeper question, are they alienating their core audience who expects flagship features in every tier? Now, let's talk about that new HiLight feature. Okay, so Google is adding a multicolored LED strip to the camera bar. It's supposed to notify you of messages without needing to look at the screen. At first glance, it sounds like a gimmick. But wait, what if this is Google's way of pushing into the future of ambient computing? Imagine a world where your phone communicates with you through subtle light cues instead of constant vibrations and buzzes. It's a bold move, but I'm curious, how many people will actually use this? Or will it just become another forgotten feature like the Moto X's voice-activated camera? And then there's the specs. The Tensor G6 chip is expected, but what's really fascinating is the RAM configuration. The Pro models now offer 12GB variants, which could be a cost-saving measure for Google. But here's the twist, if you're buying a 12GB model, does that mean you're getting less storage? Because that's a trade-off I've seen before, and it always ends up frustrating users. It's like Google is trying to balance affordability with performance, but the execution feels a bit forced. Why not just offer more storage options instead of forcing users to choose between RAM and storage? The foldable, the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, is another wild card. With an 8-inch inner display and a 120x digital zoom, it's trying to compete with Samsung and Huawei. But here's the problem, foldables are still niche. Even with a $1,899 price tag, how many people will actually want to carry a phone that's essentially two devices in one? It's not just about the tech, it's about usability. If the hinge is unreliable or the screen is prone to cracking, it's going to be a disaster. But if Google can nail the durability, this could be their breakthrough. I'm just not sure they've proven they can execute on that scale yet. So, putting it all together, the Pixel 11 is a mix of bold moves and questionable decisions. The HiLight feature is a risk worth taking, but the price hikes and spec cuts might alienate loyal fans. And the foldable? It's a gamble that could either solidify Google's position in the premium market or make them look desperate. One thing is certain, this launch is a turning point. Whether it's a success or a failure depends on whether Google can convince us that these phones are worth the price, and not just in specs, but in the experience they offer. What do you think? Are you excited for the Pixel 11, or does this feel like Google is finally running out of ideas? Let me know in the comments below.